Over the past months, we've seen a streak of Roblox adding terrible stuff to their platform. And then there was a bit of good stuff here and there, to the point where even that became a streak. But now, Roblox has done something again, which I personally have pretty mixed opinions on. So at the RDC, if I remember correctly, Roblox spoke about UGC creators starting to sponsor their items, which they are allowed to do, meaning that they can literally start advertising their item to people, kind of like how developers are able to sponsor their games. Now, this is something that I personally have nothing against. If you want to be able to advertise something, I feel like you should be able to, as long as it's not with the intention to scam somebody by making a false advertisement. So when this was announced, most of the Roblox community was all for it, including me. But Roblox has done something that completely made people have mixed opinions and made them confused. And this specific update is actually part of it. So what is this terrible thing that Roblox has done, is what you may ask. Well, any type of advertisement, it doesn't matter what it's for, can no longer be seen by people under the age of 13. But Alpha, isn't that a good thing? Is something that you may ask as well. And that is a fair question. And honestly, I personally really dislike advertisements, but they are needed in order to promote something. I'm not a developer, but I can understand how annoying this is going to be. I think that the majority, or at least 40 to maybe 50% of the player base on Roblox is under the age of 13. And I also feel like that people under the age of 13 would be quicker with clicking on an advertisement than somebody above the age of 13. So developers are going to be losing their revenue and won't be able to advertise to people under the age of 13 anymore. Now, like I said, I personally have really mixed opinions on this. I feel like you shouldn't target advertisements towards children. But on the other hand, this is going to decrease a lot of developers their income and even their discoverability if they are trying to get people to play their game. I've been on this platform for a very long time. I've seen multiple advertisements that were clickbaiting, flashy images, completely misleading advertisements, and a lot more. And I think that if you've been on Roblox for at least 5 years or so, you may have seen some of these too. So in that sense, I do kind of understand why Roblox would block advertisements. But sponsored advertisements, on the other hand, it makes no sense to me. It literally doesn't, because a sponsored game on Roblox literally shows the exact same name and icon as it does on the game's page, whereas the normal advertisements on the Roblox website can become completely clickbaited just for the purpose of having people to visit your game. Now, there is a developer forum post of this, and I'm seeing a lot of developers actually giving their reply to this and just making their voices get heard, which is personally a really good thing. Discoverability for new developers is already difficult in the current climate. Now you're going to remove the ability to advertise your experiences to roughly 50% of the platform. I see this as a step in the wrong direction for helping smaller developers be able to reach a wide variety of audiences. I could understand the reason in not wanting them to see advertisements that users upload, but for them to not even be able to see sponsored games is a bit of a reach. Which personally, this is something that I completely agree with. Good, children should not be subject to targeted advertising, which this is something that honestly I agree with as well. Game discovery has actively been a contentious subject in the community, and for good reason. It's been fundamentally broken. This is yet another change that is going to make discoverability for games on the platform much worse when it already wasn't all that great to begin with. Sponsored advertisements used to appear everywhere, but were pushed into their own category. If the argument is an ethical one, then it makes sense to block ads which can be predatory. But why sponsor? Sponsors basically act to boost games on the Discover page where they would already appear otherwise. You can't set a custom name or icon for a sponsorship. They appear identically as they would on the game's page. They are not predatory in the slightest. Overall, this change just hurts new and existing games and deprives them from reaching half of Roblox's user base. So like we can see, the majority of the developers are also pretty confused and are also pretty mixed. I will leave a link to the post in the description of this video so that you can read through it yourself. But this honestly is a very interesting discussion going on, because I do agree with the part that children shouldn't be subject to targeted advertising as well as misleading ads, but sponsored games and items can't really be misleading at all because it literally shows you the same thing as on the games or items page. Either way, definitely do let me know what you think about this, and if you honestly find this to be a good or a bad thing. Maybe you're mixed with this as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Consider subscribing if you want more content like this, because I will upload a new Roblox video every Wednesday and Saturday, and you might happen to find some of my videos enjoyable. And hopefully I'll see you back in another Roblox video.